Brazil has now surpassed China's official death toll from the coronavirus, but the country's president continues to downplay the threat from the virus. That is raising concerns that outbreaks in Latin America could lead to another wave of infections here in the United States. Manuel Bojorquez has that part of the story, but we do want to warn you, some of the images in this report are graphic.
There is no denying the coronavirus is ravaging Brazil. Topping 90,000 confirmed cases and with more than 6,000 deaths, President Jair Bolsonaro, who sneered at the threat from the start, said this about the rising toll. So what? I'm sorry, what do you want me to do? Instead, local officials were left to implement lockdowns. Brazil's crowded poor neighborhoods, or favelas, are fertile breeding grounds. Here, disinfecting is often do-it-yourself. Meanwhile, Bolsonaro last week joined anti-lockdown protesters. No masks or social distancing here, despite the grim situation throughout the region. Ecuador is suffering one of the worst outbreaks. In its largest city, Guayaquil, some bodies went uncollected for days. The president's cabinet secretary, Juan Sebastián Roldan, told us this week that both new cases and deaths have decreased dramatically in recent weeks, but did confirm the country's official death toll in the hundreds is a vast undercount. We assume there could be more than 6,700 deaths due to coronavirus, but we can't prove it because the testing wasn't done. He told me social distancing here worked, but it was a tough sell given half the nation's workers are part of the informal economy, largely street vendors. We know that in Ecuador it is fundamental to get back to work, he said, adding some restrictions would slowly be lifted in certain places. But with cases rising in neighboring countries like Peru, Latin America's fight against the virus is far from over. For CBS This Morning Saturday, Manuel Bojorquez, Miami.